Okay, Reddit I26F am shaking as I type this. I haven't slept in days, and my hands are trembling from the mix of rage, fear, and heartbreak. My boyfriend, 34M, let's call him Alex, and I have been together for 3 intense years. We met at a music festival where he swept me off my feet with his charming, adventurous spirit. He was the spontaneous type who dragged me on midnight hikes and surprised me with custom playlists that perfectly captured our vibe. But beneath that thrill-seeking exterior, there were always little red flags I ignored, like his vague stories about wild weekends with buddies or the occasional mood swings he'd blame on work stress. He provides for us amazingly well, pulling in 6 figures from his finance job. And we've built this cozy life in our apartment overlooking the city skyline. Yet now, everything's unraveling because of his reckless, hidden hobby that's turned our dream into a nightmare. Before we continue, I go through the most insane AIO threads every single day. Please sub up and comment your opinion as we're a brand new channel. Now straight into it. I'm 7 months pregnant with our miracle baby. After 2 miscarriages that nearly tore us apart, this pregnancy felt like fate giving us a fresh start. We've been buzzing with excitement. Him geeking out over space-themed nursery decor, us brainstorming family adventures like camping under the stars. But about 4 months ago, the weirdness crept in. Alex started skipping our prenatal yoga sessions, coming home late with sketchy excuses, and sporting these odd insect bites that never quite healed. He'd deflect with jokes, pulling me into hugs that used to melt my worries away. Then the bombshell hit last week, during what was supposed to be a romantic dinner I'd prepared despite my aching back. He sat me down, looking more guilty than I've ever seen, and spilled it all, but with hesitations that made me wonder if he was holding back. Those guy trips? They're a cover for drug binges. MDMA for the highs, coke for the edge, and the real horror. Opioids injected with shared needles from his sketchy crew. He's been at it for years, claiming it's recreational and not a big deal. But one buddy's filthy habits led to him contracting a brutal virus that demolishes the immune system. Lifelong meds, endless tests, and a looming threat of complications. He broke down, swearing it wasn't from infidelity, and that the ER fever forced the test. But his eyes darted away when I pressed about how long he'd known, making me suspect he hid the symptoms longer than he admits. My entire reality crumbled. We've been so close physically this pregnancy, unprotected intimacy as our way to reconnect amid the chaos. Now paranoia grips me. Have I caught it? Is our baby already compromised, facing a future of health battles before even taking a breath? I envision the worst. Hospital rooms instead of playdates. Whispers of "why us" haunting our family. When I confronted him, tears flying, accusing him of destroying everything, he downplayed it like it was a minor glitch. "Babe, it's not the apocalypse," he said with a forced chuckle. "Modern meds make it livable. We'll pop pills, stay fit, and celebrities deal with this all the time." He even quipped, "Hey, it's better than a freak accident or some paralyzing disease." I erupted, screaming that his fun is a death sentence for our family. He must quit immediately, ghost those friends, and commit to rehab. But he fired back, blaming my hormonal overreactions, and saying, "The damage is done. Why upend my life over one slip-up?" The argument escalated into a full-blown war, with him labeling me dramatic, and me calling out his addiction for what it is. His family piled on. His sister texted me to calm down and stand by him, as if I'm the villain. Now I'm crashing at my best friend's place, weighing a cross-country move for a clean break, and solo parenting to shield us from his mess. Am I losing my mind for plotting an escape? I still ache for the Alex I fell for, but this betrayal cuts too deep. Is it overreacting, or the only sane choice? Update 1 2 days later. Wow, this post exploded. Over 600 comments flooding in. "You guys are crazy. I rushed to get tested. Results pending." Alex appeared at my friend's door with a handwritten apology letter and rehab brochures, vowing change. He confessed more. Turns out he suspected the infection weeks earlier but delayed testing to not ruin our happiness. I'm reeling. Hope flickers, but trust is shattered. Update 2, 4 days later. My test came out positive. Baby's under close watch for potential issues. Doctors say early intervention might help, but the uncertainty is torture. Alex's family flipped the script, accusing me of pushing him to relapse with my drama. Enough, I've lawyered up. Papers drafted for separation. Update 3, 1 week later. Things took a wild turn after I posted the last update. Alex's mom organized a surprise family intervention at a neutral coffee shop, dragging in his siblings and even my own sister, who they somehow convinced to mediate. It started civil, everyone sharing stories of how addiction had touched their lives, with tears and hugs all around. But when Alex spoke, he revealed another layer. He'd been using drugs to cope with undiagnosed depression from his high-stakes job, and the virus diagnosis was his rock bottom. He begged for one chance to prove himself, promising inpatient rehab starting next month. I sat there, hand on my belly, feeling the baby kick, as if urging me to listen. For the first time, I saw vulnerability instead of excuses, but the pain of his lies still burned. Update 4, 10 days later. Rehab check-in day came, and Alex followed through. He's now in a 30-day program, cut off from his old crew, and even handed over his phone for monitoring. I've been attending support groups for partners of addicts, and it's eye-opening. Stories from others make me realize I'm not alone in this chaos. The doctors gave positive news on the baby. While monitoring continues, early signs show no immediate complications, which feels like a small miracle amid the storm. But doubts linger. Can trust be rebuilt on such shaky ground? I'm focusing on self-care, prenatal classes solo, and preparing for whatever comes next. Your comments keep me grounded, some urging full separation, others sharing recovery success stories that give me cautious hope. Update 5, 2 weeks later. A bombshell from Alex's program counselor. During group therapy, he admitted the drug use started earlier than he told me, tied to unresolved trauma from his childhood. It explains so much, the mood swings, the secrecy, but it also reopens wounds I thought were healing. I visited him virtually per rules, and we had our rawest talk yet. No more downplaying, full accountability, and a plan for couples counseling post-rehab. His family finally apologized for their blame game, offering real support like helping with baby prep. I'm not committing yet. Separation papers are on hold, not shredded. But for the baby's sake, I'm open to seeing if redemption is possible. This journey's far from over. It's messy, exhausting, but maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Update 6, 3 weeks later. Final thoughts as this thread winds down. Thank you all for the lifeline. The baby's due date looms, and I've decided on a trial reconciliation post-rehab, with strict boundaries, weekly drug tests, no contact with old friends, and therapy mandatory. If he slips even once, I'm out for good. Custody in hand. Reading back on my original post, I see how far I've come from that terrified woman. Strength I didn't know I had emerged from this hell. To anyone in similar spots, prioritize your health and heart. Overreactions can sometimes be the gut instinct saving your future. Wish us luck. OP, you're not overreacting. You're barely reacting enough. Your BF's recreational needle parties infected you and an unborn child with a virus that could turn family life into a medical marathon? Picture telling your kid, Dad chose highs over our health. Ditch him, sever ties with his enabling clan, and bolt. My ex's similar secrets cost me years of therapy. Don't repeat my mistake. Protect that baby. You're the hero here. NTA, escape now. Gaslighting alert. He minimizes a game-changing virus like a stubbed toe, blames your hormones, and hints at secrets he withheld longer. Addict tactics through and through. Pregnant and exposed, yet he clings to his fixes? No way, this screams deal breaker. Test update ASAP, lawyer for custody battles. And maybe report if it's endangerment territory. My brother's story ended in divorce and recovery. Yours can too. Rehab or bust, choose wisely. Father of 3 here. This hits hard. Overreacting? Laughable. He's not just risked infection. He's torpedoed your trust and the baby's shot at normalcy. Lifelong virus means awkward disclosures everywhere. Schools, jobs, relationships. His why quit now attitude. Recipe for repeat disasters. Split, get that order if he stalks, and rebuild. I fled a chaotic partner mid-pregnancy. Toughest call, but my kids thrive now. You've got this. Solidarity. Harsh pill, OP. Shared fault vibes. You overlooked his shady past and skipped protection while expecting? Risky move, but his ongoing denial and potential cover-up. Nuclear-level betrayal. This isn't partnership, it's a sinking ship. Bail, heal up, and wise up for next time. Friends of mine hit rock bottom ignoring signs. Addiction devours families. Your call? Enable or empower. Holy plot twist. Needle sharing in this day and age. OP, you're a trooper for even doubting your reaction. He could have doomed you both with his slips. Family's blame game is classic deflection. Cut him off. Test, document, sue if needed. My aunt's tale. Ignored warnings, lost everything. Don't wait for tragedy, you're fierce. Ditch and soar, hugs from afar. That's all for this video. Let me know in the comments whether OP was overreacting or not. Until tomorrow for another Am I Overreacting video, thanks for watching.